You know, it's first off, you have to go inside of metrics, and going inside is you need to start with corporate culture. You need to pay your people right. You need to treat your people right. And that will trickle down to the guest experience. And then on top of that, invest in the power of video, the power of social media, invest in storytelling and just highlighting things that people would want to see. You know, like turn your employees into influencers, content creators.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, everybody's not going to want to do it, but there's going to be some that do. And drink of the day with our head bartender, or wine of the day with our sommelier, and let's go out to the pool while they're setting up the loungers, and let's talk to our employees out there, and let's get their take on the day.
And again, it's so easy, but
so easy. It's so simple.
Extracting data from your guest. How many times do we see a survey at the end of our stay, and there's not a question about social media? What do you want, or what would you like to see?
Yeah.
That would be something really simple to do. Again, takes a little bit of foresight, but
do you know where brands mess up a lot? So in my world, do you know where they mess up a lot? They'll spend thousands of dollars on a campaign. And I'll get done with everything. And I do longer things versus shorter things. Like, it's very rare for us to do something less than 2 weeks.
Okay.
So at the end of the trip, we'll have like a call debrief, or maybe right there on the property before we leave. And they always say, what did you enjoy most? Like, isn't that obvious? Why wouldn't you ask me, what were the issues? What did you enjoy least? What problems did you have? What could I do better the next time? When I tell you, I have never had that question in my life.
Yeah, that is a really interesting.
It's crazy.
That is a good nugget.
Now, that's an internal issue.
Of course.
But it's mind-boggling to me. I'm still waiting for the brand to do it.
That's a takeaway that, you could apply in so many different ways and gather just so much great data.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about really quick, if we have people that maybe have a personal brand.
Yeah.
How does your strategy or your advice change with a hotel or a business versus a personal brand when you are, employing a social media strategy or a digital marketing strategy?
Yeah, listen, as a personal brand, I live and breathe transparency. But how does a hotel do that? You start by showing people, introduce your team, spotlight your suppliers, talk about your challenges, not just your wins. Listen, guests don't expect perfection. They expect honesty. Mm-hmm. It's if there's one thing that COVID did well for us, that was a plus that came out of the pandemic, is authenticity, raw videos, shaky videos with your phone that are unedited do very well. They do better than my polished videos that we hire a videographer and it takes 2 weeks to edit and we post it after the fact. My raw stuff does extremely well, much better than those. You always want to have those, and brands want those fancy videos every once in a while, but listen, it is not unheard of for a GM or a manager or a front office staff to grab their phone and say, another day at the hotel, we're all here, we're waiting for guests, just be real.